The silence at Kingsley's Manhattan's most exclusive restaurant was thick and judgmental. 10-year-old Lucas Montgomery, legs trapped in metal braces, was visibly shaking. He had just reached out to Diana Johnson, the only black waitress, with an impulsive invitation to dance. "Sir, control your son. That's inappropriate," Manager Thornton snapped. Richard Montgomery, the billionaire CEO, swallowed hard. This dinner, his first public outing with Lucas since the accident 2 years ago, was a mistake. "Lucas, sit down," he commanded, but Diana didn't obey. She calmly removed her apron. "Mr. Thornton, my shift is over." She smiled at Lucas, took his hand, and said, "I can't dance in an apron." Richard shot up. "What are you doing?" "I'm accepting an invitation, sir." Lucas took a hesitant, painful step. The metal of his braces screeched. Diana didn't guide or rush him. She simply adjusted her own rhythm to his slow pace. Richard watched, paralyzed, suddenly seeing his late wife dancing with Lucas. "It's not about perfection," she had said. "It's about connection." As Diana followed Lucas's lead, the fear in the boy's eyes gave way to concentration, and shame turned into pride. For the first time since the accident, Lucas wasn't being helped. He was leading. The manager promised Richard she will be properly disciplined. Richard ignored him. Lucas's smile was the only thing that mattered. After 3 steps, Diana thanked him formally. As she turned to leave, Richard stopped her. "What's your full name?" "Diana Johnson, sir." He handed her his card. "My office." Tomorrow at 10 a.m. the next morning, Diana was in Richard's half-floor office overlooking Manhattan. "I did some research, Miss Johnson," Richard stated, holding up a file. "Bachelor's in Child Development from NYU, incomplete Master's in Special Education. And you co-founded Freedom Steps, a dance program for children with physical disabilities." "Now, about to close, I didn't come here to ask for money, Mr. Montgomery," Diana countered. "I want you to work for me," Richard said. 5 times what you're making now, as a therapeutic companion for Lucas." Diana stood up. "No." Richard was stunned. "You're turning down financial security, out of dignity," Diana corrected, "and because Lucas doesn't need more experts, he needs space to lead his own life." She placed her own card on his desk. "Freedom Steps classes, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 4 p.m. The first class is free." The following Wednesday, a Bentley parked outside the modest Freedom Steps warehouse. Lucas stepped out, and after a moment, Richard followed, looking awkward in his casual wear. Diana greeted him. Lucas was instantly mesmerized by children moving freely, using various mobility devices. Richard was introduced to Dr. Elaine Mercer, a retired Harvard neuroscientist who co-authored the program's research. "I thought this was just a dance class," Richard frowned. "Freedom Steps is a pilot motor rehabilitation program," Diana explained. "We integrate adaptive dance with neuroscientific principles." "Why do I wait tables?" "Because people like you rejected our funding proposal 3 times. The realization hit Richard. You knew who I was at the restaurant. From the moment you walked in, Diana confirmed it. When Lucas got up, I saw an opportunity to show you our work. Suddenly, reporters entered the studio. Part 2 of the plan, Diana murmured. Richard was furious. You used my son. Just then, Lucas became the center of attention. He had removed one of his braces and was trying to balance. Richard started toward him, but Diana held him back. Wait, watch. Lucas focused. He took a small, shaky, entirely his own step without support. The children cheered. Richard's face, usually unreadable, was now exposed, glistening with unshed tears. It's about first steps on your own, Diana whispered, cornered by the press. Richard looked at his triumphant son. He finally let go of his control. You know what's hardest for someone in my position? Richard addressed the reporters. Admitting when we're wrong, he announced, the Montgomery Foundation will fully fund Freedom Steps for the next 5 years and build a permanent center. His one condition, looking at Diana, that Ms. Johnson retained complete autonomy over the program. Months later, Lucas, wearing only a lightweight brace, led a routine at the center's opening. Richard watched, no longer interfering. He still needs me to be around, Richard said. Crucial difference. Diana smiled. When a reporter asked the biggest lesson he learned, Richard looked directly into the camera. True leaders aren't those who guide others down the path they believe is right, but those who have the courage to follow when someone shows them a better way.